What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to Marauders, an investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you smash that thumbs up and hit that subscribe. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the videos. So, you got the title correct. There are more lockdowns coming down the pipeline. Just overall for the market, it's pretty weird times going on in the states. In the U.S., we got an election going on, so that's going to be taking place next week. But it seems like overseas, a lot of stuff going on with increased lockdowns, and I'm just basically going to explain how that's going to affect the market, different catalysts I'm looking for as far as trading is concerned, and how you yourself can actually grow your account during this time. So jumping into it, let's jump into futures. If we see futures are pretty down at the current moment, and I think they're going to continue to be down until the election is over. Basically, futures is a way you can use. Look at the market as a whole. If we see Europe is down quite a bit, and that to me is going to go down even more tomorrow based on the news that came out today. So going into some of the news, we can see that Europe gears up for more economic pain as Germany and France impose national lockdowns. So the latest measure to address the second wave of the pandemic in Europe basically led to higher unemployment, permanent closures of many businesses, and even more national debt. So the French Statistics Office said before the news of the latest lockdown that experts economic activity to settle at 5% below pre-crisis level during the third quarter. And then data from the German Statistics Office showed that the restaurant industry expected a more than 40% drop turnover between March and August in comparison to the same period a year earlier. So if you're familiar in the U.S., the market was hit pretty hard for restaurants. It was also hit pretty hard for airlines. So airlines was hit really hard, especially with the borders being closed and things of that nature. In the States, in the U.S., cases are continuing to go up as we're entering, fall/winter months. So, cases have began to go up. But we also have an election, and in the States as well, in the U.S., we're also having an election coming up next week. So those are some catalysts for us. I don't really know what's going on in Germany and in France because I don't live there. I live in the U.S., so I can't really speak on globally what they're doing. I just know that they're having lockdowns, which will affect their economy, which in turn will affect the U.S. economy. So today, England will enter. This came out today. This was from CNN. England will enter a second national lockdown in the coming days. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced. The decision came after his hour the UK pressed the grim milestone of 1 million cases. And the month-long shutdown will come into effect from Tuesday after the parliamentary vote early next week, Johnson said during the conference on Saturday evening. So basically, Europe's going to be going into a 1-month lockdown, kind of similar to the one that the U.S. had, in my personal opinion. The U.S. has not stated that they're going to be having any more lockdowns, but if you have different countries, like 3 other countries that are going into lockdown, it definitely is going to be on the table with whomever wins this presidency and whomever, is leading the country after the elections. So going into the other information that I want to talk about, the Fed will be meeting. So the FOMC, which is the Federal Open Market Committee, is set to hold its first 2-day rate-setting meeting the day after the election. A momentary policy statement and press conference from the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to follow on Thursday. So as the past several months worth of meetings, the FOMC is virtually guaranteed to keep benchmark interest rates unchanged near zero as central banks work to continue to provide support for virus-stricken economy. In fact, after the last meeting in September, central bank officials signaled that the interest rates would likely remain in their current band at least through the end of 2023. So that Thursday announcement is going to be a pretty significant announcement for the market. In my personal opinion, I think it's going to basically shape the way the economy is going to react for at least a few months after that. Now, in the U.S., we still have one catalyst as well, which is stimulus. So no stimulus has been passed. So I know that's on the table for potential to be looked at as, whomever is president, whomever wins, that's definitely going to be one of the first agenda items, in my personal opinion. The second agenda item, which we'll segue into, is going to be vaccines. So if you are new to investing, or you just want a place to park your money, in my personal opinion, I think in vaccine stocks is the way to go. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just telling you, me personally, I am watching a lot of vaccine stocks to see what the actual rate of return is going to be on that. So on here we have AstraZeneca, which ticker sign is AZN. Their candidate is AZD1222. And they were paused at the current moment, but they're in phase 3 of their trial. I think they have possibly been unpaused after going through, but I don't think they're unpaused in the U.S. I think they unpaused last time I read was in Japan. So in Japan, they're continuing their trial. The next one is Pfizer. So from this article is Pfizer. They're making a partnership with the German company called BioNTech, which ticker sign is BNTX. And Pfizer's ticker sign is PFE. So in my opinion, I think Pfizer is the number one candidate. They said they're going to be giving information. The CEO said before the election, but kind of pushed it out to weeks after that. So I would say look toward late November, early December for some actual, valid news on testing and, all the data to come in. Next on here, we got Johnson & Johnson. Their vaccine was actually paused as well. So Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca, in my opinion, are two that I say you should look at, but Pfizer being the number one to look at. One that's not on this list that I would have to say is also Moderna. Moderna has given, updates that they're going to be giving their vaccine phase 3 progress note, or, information on how it's working. And that's going to be after around the same time Pfizer does. So in late November, early December, you're going to see Pfizer and Moderna both make huge announcements explaining how their vaccine trial is working, the information given, the percent rate of success, and then from there, you will see both of these stocks perform differently. So depending on who does what information first, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If Moderna comes out and says, they have positive information, I think that it's going to make them go up. Also, if you look at Pfizer and Pfizer gives it afterwards, I don't think it's going to make Moderna go up over Pfizer. I think they'll both go up just based on the information given. So good luck to everybody out there trading. Hope you're able to secure in some profits this week. Make sure you keep your eyes out on the election and keep your eyes out on everything that's going on in the economy so you can take advantage long term to grow your accounts. See you guys next time. Peace.